Problem number 1. 3 circular arcs of radius 5 bound the region shown. Arcs AB, so that's this one here, and AD are quarter circles, and arc BCD, this one here, is a semicircle. What is the area in square units of the region? Okay, so get this funny looking shape. It looks pretty complicated. My hint to you would be to break this shape apart into more manageable shapes. Okay, so that is a pretty common trick with a lot of these geometry problems when you're trying to find an area of a funny looking shape, is sort of to break it up into shapes that you know the area of. For example, if I were to draw a dashed line across here, let me see how straight I can get it. Across here from B to D, this is supposed to be a straight line, okay? Across there, you can see there's a half circle up here, right? And you could compute the area of a half circle, right? So you can also you can see you've got these another common trick with these area problems is to look at the negative space. And when I mean the negative space, it's the area outside of the shape. So so if you were to, what I mean by that is, like, if you were to draw a square around this thing, sometimes that can help you see what you're dealing with, okay? And sometimes you can calculate the space outside of the circle easier, or outside of the shape, than you can inside. And sometimes you have to do a combination of the two. So I'm just going to draw some lines. I don't want to give it away, so I'm not telling that any of these particular lines are more helpful than others. But so so see if that might help you, because then this would be, you know, this is a square, this is a rectangle, this is a half circle, this is a rectangle with some slices out of it. So see what you can do with that. And I'm going to go ahead and solve the problem now. Well, let's see. You can, now that I've got this broken down, there's a number of ways you can look at it. I'll save the easiest one for last. But you could look at it as, if I were to draw another line, another dashed line here, right here, right? And let's label the radiuses. So I know that this length here, ooh, that's not a very good 5. This length right here is 5. Oh, I'm still not doing very good. This is 5, and this is 5. This radius here has to be 5. This would have to be 5, right? Because it says that this arc here has a radius of 5. So this becomes a quarter circle, but it's not inside the shape, but we can calculate its area. This would have to be 5. This would have to be 5, okay? So one way that you could do it is that you've got 2 of these squares with a quarter circle cut out of it, okay? So you could take a 5 by 5 square and subtract a quarter circle with a radius of 5, right? So that would be 5 by 5 is the square, and we could subtract 1/4 of pi times 5 squared, right? Pi r squared. And then we'd have 2 of those, right? So we can multiply this whole thing by 2. And then we have this half circle up here. And so it's a half of pi r squared, right? Pi times 5 squared. Okay? So that's one way to do it. Now, I'm not going to actually calculate that all out, you could do it. And as you can see, if you distribute the 2 here, 2 times 1/4 is a half, so you actually get a minus 1/2 pi r squared and a plus 1/2 pi r squared. And those actually end up canceling out. So what you're left with, I guess I am going to calculate this out, is 5 times 5 times 2, which is equal to 50. Interesting, huh? Well, here's the easy way to do it. If you know, sometimes you don't always see these things right away. But if you were to divide this half circle in 2, you could actually, you know, if you were to slice this across these dashed lines, across here and across here, okay, you could take these quarter circles and actually fill in these little sliced out quarter circles here. And what would you be left with? You'd be left with a 5 by 10 rectangle. So that's the other way to do it, is just if you recognize that you can cut this shape apart and rearrange it into a rectangle, then you get, it's just 5 by 10, which is 50. Okay? So, a couple ways to do it.